Hello, hello! My name is Mocha Bushan. I will be your professor here at the entirety of the KMAC, aka the Kalos Miyar Art Club. And what is the Kalos Miyar Art Club? Yeah, well, it's an art club for the Kalos Miyar College High. It's gonna be a nice, fun experience. Let's share art, let's share teachings, and as for me as professor, I shall teach you about very simple concepts. While we're setting up with the server, I want to show fletchlings and starters, beginners, a very simple thing, and that is shapes. If you know a lot about shapes already, then you can skip this ahead of time. But these shapes, they're they are what makes the whole base of art, right? Everything from geometry to math to art, these shapes, the circle, the triangle, the square, the star if you wish, or some weird kind of polygon, they make the whole base for your art or your foundation if you prefer, if you're one of those buildy guys. As you can see from here, you can make a nice little scene from basic shapes, from circles over here representing trees, triangle over here for the roof, the door, and the building itself, it's squares. They are your simple foundations. Now keep this in mind because they are going to be important, especially when you're designing characters, especially the circle. Or the other shapes if you prefer, if you want to go for more wackier styles. Anyway, there's one common pitfall for all artists when making shapes. So, when you're making shapes, do note that you don't have to draw everything in one stroke. I mean, that looks fine. Okay, how about a triangle in one stroke? That also looks fine. Okay, now try to make a circle in one stroke, a perfect circle in one stroke. You notice immediately when you're trying to make a circle, you notice that there's a lot of inconsistencies, especially when you're trying to make circles. Well, as you can see, sometimes that I could make a perfect circle, maybe like that. Maybe because I'm using a stabilizer, I'm using a digital art program to show you all of this, not paper. So, pardon. But you'll quickly realize, like, after for so long, that when you're making circles, you just find yourself very frustrated making all of these circles, right? So, one tip for drawing these shapes, especially like the circle, is to not do it in one stroke. Don't do that. If you're gonna get if you're gonna keep on doing that, you're just gonna get frustrated. I want you, when drawing circles, I want you to just just sketch it out, like carefully, because you don't need a perfect circle every time, especially when it's your base. You're just gonna get rid of it later, especially like when the scene is formed and such. This also applies for any other shape. You don't have to stick to one stroke every time, and it'll help a lot. Trust me. Now, if you're one for assignments, here's what I want you to do. I want you to draw a cube and decorate it as much as possible. Doesn't have to be shapes. Doesn't have to be anything. You could decorate everything you like. You can decorate inside of it. You can decorate around it. And try your best to imagine a scene where you can use this square as a base. Now, what we're gonna use are now what we're gonna do with the square here is that after a while we're gonna come back to the same task later on, because this is one method for me to judge how much you have come through all of this time. So do your best to decorate a square, either on paper, digitally, on mobile, depending on whatever your choice is, and have fun with it. If you can't think of anything, try and grab inspiration from the environment. Like, look around you. Your bed, your phone, Google, up to you. So for now, class dismissed, and I hope you guys enjoy the KMAC. I'll explain everything more about these shapes later on. Goodbye now, and ciao.